It had been just another regular day on the job for Robert Nababan. As he was heading home from work in the Raya province of Sumatra, however, he came across something rather unusual. According to Nababan, he was cruising along on his moped when he discovered two people trying to cross the road, but they were unable to due to a large obstacle. So Nababan decided to get the blockage out of the way. Yet this wasn't just a fallen tree or a rock. This obstacle had fangs. There are many dangers in the forest of Sumatra, the largest of them being the Asian elephant. Indeed, although pachyderms are normally pretty peaceful animals, they can nevertheless turn deadly if they identify a threat to their young. Male elephants will also attack humans and even objects when they are in their must phase. That's 4 to 5 tons of pure aggression, which is wise to steer clear of if you value your life. The island is also home to the Sumatran tiger, a formidable predator which is said to be strong enough to break the legs of a buffalo or a horse. In one incident in 2013, moreover, Sumatran tigers killed one man and kept 5 others stuck up a tree for days while the big cats circled below. However, the giant that Robert Nababan had to deal with wasn't a tiger or elephant or even one of the saltwater crocodiles that occasionally spread terror throughout the villages. Instead, the creature that Nababan encountered was one that thrives in the palm oil plantations so plentiful on the island. Nababan himself, meanwhile, is a 37-year-old security guard for a palm oil plantation in Bading Gaznal, a remote district of Sumatra. He'd been patrolling the plantation on the day of the incident and was no doubt looking forward to getting home when he came across the object in the road. However, Nababan likely had no idea that he would soon be entangled in a battle for his very life. Accounts of exactly what happened are varied, but the following details are what we can piece together. Also, if you've not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these animal stories every day. Now, back to the story. Nababan stopped to help 2 people who were unable to cross the road due to an enormous snake blocking their way. According to Metro, Nababan, speaking from his hospital bed after the incident, said, "I tried to catch it. It bit my arm, and we wrestled for a while." Local police, however, said that Nababan attempted to grab the snake and put it in a gunny sack. This would seem surprisingly foolhardy, given the snake was over 25 feet long, and perhaps, predictably, the python fought back, first sinking its fangs into the hapless security guard and then trying to coil around the man in order to crush him. The snake even bit Nababan in the head. What's more, the wrestling match between man and beast continued for some time before Nababan was finally able to free himself from the snake. Some reports said that bystanders used a log to hit the animal. Others suggested, however, that Nababan was able to lay hands on a machete in order to finish the creature off. Nababan did not come out of the fight unscathed, though. He had suffered severe wounds to his arm from the python's fangs, for one, and as a result of Nababan's injuries, he was taken to the city of Pekanbaru for treatment. Once Nababan was there, however, the injuries to his arm were deemed so bad that, as the head of Bading Gaznal's district government told BBC, doctors might have to cut the limb off. The python came off much worse in the fight, though. In fact, it was killed by villagers before being sliced up and eaten. However, that was only after the serpent had been displayed so that onlookers could gaze in wonder at its size. I have heard from friends that they're really tasty, the government official told BBC. I mean, it's a 7-meter, 25-foot snake. That's a lot of meat. The struggle between Nababan and the giant python could have gone very differently for the security guard, though. Indeed, humans don't always emerge victorious in battles with snakes. Earlier in 2017, for instance, 25-year-old palm oil farmer Akbar Salubiro disappeared in Sulawesi. His body, still fully clothed, was later cut out of a 23-foot-long python. Furthermore, the snakes that both Salubiro and Nababan had encountered were reticulated pythons, a species which includes the longest snakes in the world. And while reticulated pythons rarely attack humans, there are still several known cases of people being killed by either wild or pet pythons. They are also one of very few species of snake that will eat humans. Contrary to what many people think, though, pythons do not kill by strangulation. Rather, they wrap their muscular bodies around their victims and constrict the prey's blood flow, which in turn leads to cardiac arrest. The body is then swallowed whole, normally head first. In terms of distribution, reticulated pythons are found all over South and Southeast Asia, and they typically dwell in jungles, grasslands, and wooded areas, especially those near bodies of water. The snake's size and distinctive skin also make them popular as zoo exhibits and as pets, and many are bred in captivity. Furthermore, in Sumatra, where Nababan lives, giant pythons are reportedly spotted more than 10 times a year. The most common periods for sightings are during the monsoon, when they come out to soak in the moisture, and in the dry season, when they are in search of water. However, the reason for the increasing amount of contact between humans and pythons is not the snake's fault. It's our own. One specific reason is our dependence on palm oil, which is used as an ingredient in everything from cosmetics to chocolates. The demand for palm oil is so high, in fact, that countries like Indonesia and Malaysia have cleared large tracts of rainforest to make way for palm plantations. And it's no coincidence that both Nababan and the farmer in Sulawesi encountered pythons on palm oil plantations. In fact, there are at least 2 reasons why these plantations are bringing more humans into contact with the pythons, as well as with other snakes, like the deadly Sumatra cobra. Firstly, the plantations contain a good supply of food. The palm oil plants attract mice and other small animals, which tend to be perfect prey for snakes. The second reason is that the pythons have nowhere else to go. That's because their natural habitat, the rainforest, is being systematically raised to make way for palm oil production. So it's only to be expected that the snakes stick around in this man-made landscape. Indeed, the pythons have more to fear from humans than we do from them. They're not coming after us, the Union of Concerned Scientists, Doug Boucher, told the Washington Post. In various ways, either directly or by our actions by changing land use, we're coming after them. And not only does this deforestation affect pythons, but it also directly impacts endangered animals like tigers and elephants that also live in Sumatra. Plus, the clearing of trees in the area is said to contribute to climate change. Nababan's story of his run-in with a python has meanwhile made news all over the world. A man fighting off a giant python and living to tell the tale. There's no doubt that it is an incredible story, but perhaps the most important lesson to take away from all this is that destroying natural environments has all kinds of dire consequences. And until we can address that, conflicts between humans and animals will only escalate. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with your friends and family. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.